Hello and welcome to this week's episode of MT Squared, Minerva's 2-minute tactics for your procurement. This week I want to talk to you about something that on the face of it probably seems really simple and really easy, but actually can cause lots of problems and gives rise to potential grumpy letters from bidders or even worse still challenges from unhappy bidders at the end of a procurement process. And that is around moving away from doing what you said you were going to do. So just to give you some examples of what I mean by that, if in your tender documentation you have perhaps a two-stage process, so you've maybe got a participation stage of the process and then you're shortlisting down to an invitation to tender stage. If you have stated in your procurement documents that you are taking 5 bidders through from the participation stage to the invitation to tender stage, then you must take through only 5 bidders. Similarly, you may say in your tender documentation that you would like to take 3 through to a presentation stage. Again, if you've said that, make sure you stick to what you said. If you haven't added a stage, for example, if you decided, well, I didn't have a presentation stage, but I'd like to add one in, that is very, very dangerous to do. If you haven't articulated in the tender notice that you've issued and the documentation you provided that that is a part of your process. It's much better to include something at the outset as optional and decide you don't need it than it is to start trying to introduce new things or new parts of the process that you haven't stated at the outset. So as I say, that may seem like something really obvious and it may seem like something that's not a problem, but we are seeing disgruntled bidders who are challenging on these particular elements. So it's very important to remember that mantra. Do what you said you were going to do and do not be tempted to be swayed away from that. So that's my tactic for this week. Until next time, soldier on.